Hi everyone, welcome back. Today I'm actually really excited to film this video. I'm doing, as you can probably tell by the title, I'm doing like a first impression / review, almost full face of Charlotte Tilbury. So just to be clear, what I am testing out is the Airbrush Flawless foundation and the original powder, and the new Airbrush Flawless bronzer and the Desert Haze palette and the, I think it's called Legendary Lashes. So pretty much a full face of Charlotte Tilbury will be used, even stuff that I have used before from her, like the concealer and stuff, I'll be using that as well. But obviously I've already used that, so that's not a first impression, it's just the stuff that I've just said that is the first impression. So it's a full face / first impression / review. And the only thing that won't be Charlotte Tilbury is the eyebrows, because I don't own anything from Charlotte Tilbury for eyebrows, and I don't know, I'm just weird about what I use. So yes, there was something else I needed to tell you and I can't remember what it was. Oh, I haven't got a blush from Charlotte Tilbury, but I do have a blush to pop on the end so you can sort of see it with or without, but that's the Milani blush, so I will talk about that later. But yeah, I have a hair in my mouth. Ugh, nice. So yeah, I'm just going to jump straight in because I look like a potato and I have no makeup on, so let's go. So like I said, I got the Airbrush Flawless foundation and the Airbrush Flawless finishing powder. These aren't that new, but the bronzer and the Desert Haze palette that I bought are the new ones, and the bronzer's the bronzing version of the powder, so I thought I'd try them all together, as you do. And I got the Desert Haze palette as well. The size of this bronzer in the packet compared to the normal powder is absolutely huge, so I thought that was amazing. And I got the lashes as well, the Legendary Lashes Mascara. I think it's the volume 2. Yeah, Legendary Lashes volume 2. And they did give me a free Wonder Glow sample, and I picked the, what is this? Oh, the lipstick testing samples. So as always, I'm going to be using the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Rich Base, if it wants to focus. There we go. This is, I use this every single time I wear my makeup. I know it's not Charlotte Tilbury, but this is optional, so if you've got a Charlotte Tilbury primer, you carry on, but for me there is no better primer than this one. So it kind of reminds me, like the smell of this reminds me of like a lemon jam tart, if that makes any sense. Or technically, is that a lemon tart? I don't know. It smells a little bit lemony, but, and I'm not keen on the lemon scents, but I quite like this one actually. There we go, so I'm going to put that on. My face feels lovely and soft as always. Now, for some reason, my body seems to know when I'm doing these types of videos because it breaks out in spots. I don't know if you can see that because of the light, but I've got really big spots all in my hairline, which is just great. So this is what the foundation looks like once you get it out of the box. It is a gorgeous rose gold and frosted glass bottle, and it's just gorgeous. And this is a matte foundation and it's supposed to be full coverage, so we will see how we get on. So that's 2 pumps. It does look quite light for me, but when we blend it out it might not look as light. It's quite runny for a full coverage foundation as well, so yeah, that looks really light. Hopefully it works. Wow, that's light. But to be honest, the other one, the magic one, is very light on me as well, but it seems to work when I put my concealer on and my bronzer. Wow, that is really full coverage. Oh, whoa, I really like that. Okay, that looks a lot lighter on camera compared to my skin than it does in real life. Wow, that finish you're not going to be able to see properly. And when I have to try and get a good photo of this, which is hard because I struggle with photos, this is an absolutely gorgeous finish. And I would say this is full coverage. I'm really shocked actually. Judging by how like fluid it was on my hand, I didn't really think it was going to manage to be a full coverage. In person, this actually blends into my skin colour really well. Really well. But on camera it's not really telling the same story, so just trust me that it's not as bad as it looks on here. So now I'm going to go in with the Magic Away concealer in the shade 2. Most people do use concealer to get like a highlighted effect, but I'm not really into that because I'm quite pale anyway. I have got a bit of a tan at the moment, but when I'm pale the last thing I want is like a white patch under my eyes, so I like to just have it completely matching my skin and then lighten it with powder if I feel like it, but I'm not really one for lightening. I do a bit here and here because I seem to suffer with spots and I just blend it out and it covers them all. So far I'm really liking the foundation, and it's not as matte as I thought it would be. Like, it is matte, but it's not dry looking or flat. It literally looks like what I'd assume normal skin looks like, that doesn't have oil problems or spots or anything like that. It just looks like your skin's completely flawless and just not greasy or oily or dewy or anything. It's just normal skin, I think. But I'm interested to see now how the powder makes it look, because I think that is a big part of it, because it can always go cakey now. So here's the powder. It's got her logo on the front. It's a beautiful rose gold compact, and it does have a mirror in, which is always handy. And here is the powder. This looks really yellow on screen. I'm not sure how this is going to work out, so this could be make or break. So I'm just going to use this fluffy brush and pop it in here to set under my eyes, because if I don't, it just doesn't look good. Don't need much of this by the looks of it, because quite a bit comes on your brush when you pop it in. I'm not sure if this is the right colour, but it does look very nice where it's set my powder, but let's try it all over the face. I'm going to go in with a Real Techniques fluffy brush and just pop that in there. I'm just going to set my forehead and down my nose, because that's where I get the most oil, and that's normally where my foundation comes off first. So looking, wow, actually I really like that. Wow. You know what, I didn't have that much of a high hope for this powder, because I just feel like a powder can't make you look airbrushed. It's everything that's underneath that makes you look airbrushed. But in all fairness, I am wrong. It really does give you like a soft focus to your skin and like a literal airbrush. So I'm just setting the rest of my face so my bronzer should go on as smooth as possible. I'm really enjoying this powder so far. As for the colour, it's actually fine. So for one of the most exciting parts of this video, here is the bronzer. Again, the Charlotte Tilbury logo, beautiful rose gold packaging, but this one's got like a shell effect to it, and I'm getting serious Ariel vibes off this. I love that little touch. It is literally double the size of the original powder, and if I'm right in thinking, I think you get twice as much product inside of this. So let's open her up. I'm always worried I'm going to drop these. Oh, hey! Look at that, that is so big. You get a huge mirror too, but look at the actual size of that pan. Now, I didn't actually know this until I was looking at a couple of reviews to pick the shade that I wanted, and at the back of these there is a little dot for like a little hole. That is actually, so when you've used this up, you can push that hole, it sounds so gross, you can push the hole and the pan pops out, and you can just literally buy the pan to go back in it without having to buy the whole thing again. So I don't know what the price difference will be. I haven't actually looked to see if they have them on sale yet, but so enough babbling, I'm going to try this now. So I think I'm going to go in with the Morphe M527 brush. It's like a flat but fluffy brush. I think that's probably going to be the best. So I'm just going to dab it and go straight in. Oh, that's actually really pigmented. Oh, I swear I just had like a waft of something, but it's neither the brush or the powder, so okay. Wow, that is really pigmented. You can't actually see how pigmented on the camera, but that's a really nice colour. That is incredibly smooth looking in person. And the colour is beautiful. Absolutely stunning. I'm really glad I went with this colour now. It really does look so smooth and airbrush, and that's insane because lately, if you haven't seen my Fenty first impressions of the cream blush and bronzer, oh, it's linked below. I did mention in that video that I keep getting muddiness from my bronzers, and this one hasn't done it, so I'm just going to put it on the high points and just swirl it round. I don't want to try and contour with this or anything like that. I literally just want a nice sun-kissed glow. And run it down my neck just to blend all the colours together, so I don't have any harsh foundation lines or anything. I'm so impressed with this bronzer so far. I can't believe how smooth and literally airbrushed it does look. She's not lying when she talks about these powders. This is like a transformation. Okay, I don't have a blush from Charlotte Tilbury, so I am going to have to use the Milani one if you want to see it with blush on and highlighter. But I've just realised the only highlighter I've got from Charlotte Tilbury is the Flawless Filter, and it's obviously cream or liquid, whatever you want to call that. So I will try it over the top of this just to see how it fares on top of powder, but I'm going to do that after I've done my brows and my eyes, because if it's sat on powder I don't want to sort of squish it by doing my brows. So I'm going to do my brows off camera as well because it just takes forever, so I'll be right back. So eyebrows all done. I use the Makeup Revolution pomade in a circle jar if anyone's interested. For eyes, I'm using the Desert Haze palette. They are all matte, and this was part of the new releases with the bronzer. Though I did release a brush actually, but I didn't want to buy that because it's the retractable brushes. And so I'm just going to take a flat eyeshadow brush, and this is the M166 from Morphe. And I think I'm just going to take the nude shade. I'm really not sure what I'm going to do with any of this. Oh, that does come out a lot darker. They did say on the videos that I watched that it comes out darker. So let me zoom you in. Yeah, that is a lot darker than I expected actually. I'm just going to take a really fluffy brush and dab that in the same colour and just sort of dust it over my lid. I think it might be a better option. I have only got concealer on my lids. I haven't set them or anything properly. I just dusted like you saw earlier with the powder brush, but okay. Very pigmented and very smooth. I've never ever used a Charlotte Tilbury eyeshadow before in my life, and I am pleasantly surprised. I'm just going to take the second shade and pop that all over my lid. Wow, that's a lovely colour. Wow, I've never used a colour like this all over my lid before. I really like it. I'm not going to go any further than just where my eyelid meets the crease, so I'm not going to smoke it out or anything with this colour. I'm just going to pat it on the lid like that. Wow, that is a really nice colour. I'm just going to take a blending brush and dip it in the same colour again, tap off the excess, and I'm literally just going to run it above my crease just so it's, you know, a smooth blend rather than just a complete harsh line where my brush stopped. These blend so well, and I had such high hopes for these because of the reviews that I've watched, and I must say so far I'm not disappointed at all. So to smoke this out a little bit, I'm going to put the darker shade, so like the third shade, just in the outer V and, you know, give it some depth. So for that, I'm just going to take a smaller blending brush and I'm going to tap that in and tap off the excess because I don't want it too dark. And I'm just going to press it in the corner there. You can kind of see where it's adding the colour. I'm just going to keep pressing. I'm not going to blend it in just yet. I'm just going to press it on. You can see now where that depth's at. I absolutely love these shades, and the formula of these are gorgeous. I'm really upset that I don't have any more to play with. I might have to make a little order. And I'm going to say it because I feel like if I don't, then I'd be lying to myself. But the formulation of these eyeshadows are the best eyeshadows I've ever worked with so far. From what I'm seeing now, I can hand on my heart be honest and say I have not played with a better formulated eyeshadow in my entire life. Right, so I've took that slightly above the crease as well because I'm going to blend that out now. So I'm going to use a fluffy brush and just blend out the edges so there's no harsh line where the colour stops and, you know, where my skin is. I'm just going to pat that dark shade in again and just go over what I've done just to give it a bit more depth. I don't want it too dark, I just want to be able to see where I've put it, if that makes sense. And sort of even it out because my eyeshadow skills aren't great, if I'm honest. I've sort of lost my ability to do makeup lately. And blend it out again. And I'm just going to go into the lightest shade again and tap my blending brush in there and just go over where the colours meet at the top, just to make a nice seamless blend. I'm just going to go back in with the shade that I put all over the lid just to make sure I haven't lost any colour payoff on my lid. So for underneath, I'm just going to take this colour that we put all over the lid with a pencil brush and just take that across. Oh wow! Wow, that is a lot of colour. You definitely need to tap the excess off. I normally have trouble getting the colour to show up on my bottom lashes, but with these I just don't have that problem at all. So I'm going to go in with the darker shade and just put that in the outer third there. Then I'm going to take that fluffy brush again and just blend out what's underneath. Right, I think I'm going to leave that there. So I'll zoom you out. Okay, so this looks like a little bit of a mask right now, but I can honestly say these colours are stunning, and I would never ever use these colours on my eyes, and I've decided to be a bit brave, and I'm so glad I did because I really like them. And the shades actually go well with my dark eyes, and that's the reason I didn't use them, because I thought they'd look too dark, but I really like them. So the payoff on this palette is incredible, absolutely incredible. So this is the mascara, a lovely rose gold tube that you can't even see properly because of the reflection of my light. It's got a gorgeous pair of lashes on the front, and again, rose gold mirror, can't go wrong, and you always know it's Charlotte Tilbury just by her packaging. This is the brush. It's quite a chunky one, so I'm going to give it a go at putting this on camera because I always get into a mess, but we will see how this goes. Well, that is actually a lot better than I thought. I didn't have high hopes for this just because of the brush, but I actually quite like it. Okay, so I do like it, but I like a lot of length and volume to my lashes, and I think this, with one coat, I don't know if you can even see, it sort of just coats them. It doesn't really give it much length. But when you let it dry for a few seconds and put a bit more on like I just did, it looks a bit better. So I'm going to give it a few coats and build it up a little bit and see how it looks. It's definitely a more natural look in my opinion. It's not really like a false lash look, and I don't think it claims to be, but I like a long dramatic lashes. It is a nice mascara, the formula is really nice, but finish wise I'm not sure. Oh, hang on a minute, no, that does look a little bit better. Maybe it just needs to play with it a little bit. So I'm going to try it on my bottom lashes as well. Okay, so my camera just cut off and I didn't realise, and I've now done my lashes. The mascara formula itself is really nice. It's really nice and light, but As soon as I put it on my lashes, it somehow flaked underneath my eyes, and I weren't really keen on that. So I'm not really feeling the mascara, and the finish of it is more of a natural, like a short but what's that, like dark, like dramatic and short lashes, and I like the long volumized dark lashes. So it's not exactly the best mascara for me anyway, but I thought I'd try it, and it is nice as a day-to-day mascara. But if you've got like a big like a dramatic colours on your eyes or anything, I'd go with a different mascara. They do sell another one called, I think it's the Fat Lash or something. Not sure what the finish is on that or what the style is, but it could be better. But this is the one I went with. I don't know if you can see, they're just still kind of stubby, and I'm not really feeling it, if I'm honest. But I have only used it once. But in all fairness, a lot of the mascaras that I use, they get better as you use them more, so they dry out a little bit and you get used to how to use them. So I'm not going to write this one off, I'm going to keep trying with it. But my bottom lashes, I must admit, they look amazing with that mascara. I really do like the way it grabs them and like defines them. So for that, I do like it. So to finish my face, I'm going to use one of the lipstick samples that they sent me with my order. I think you get like 2 or 3 samples when you order from there. I'm sure it's 2. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to do some inner highlight and highlight my face. So for my face, I'm going to do that first. I'm just going to use the Flawless filter. This is in the shade 2 as well. I'm just curious to see how it sits on top of the powder, if I'm honest. So I'm just going to tap a little bit on my finger and pop it just here. I'll probably put a little bit too much on. A little bit close to my eyes. To be honest, that's actually blended really nicely. I've put it a bit close to my eye, but it's blended into the powder really well. I'm just going to pop some on this side. Pop a little bit up here. I always end up getting it right here by my eye. I get a little bit carried away, and this is what happens. As you can see, it's blended in both sides really nicely to the powder, and it's not cakey or like funny looking at all. So that is a plus in my book, because I always forget to put highlighter on underneath powder. So this one is clearly safe to do afterwards. So for lipstick, I'm going to use one of the samples that I ordered. I'm going to try, because of the eye look, I'm going to try Bitch Perfect. I don't know how this is going to go, or if I can even get into this. Oh, this is not supposed to work. Look, I don't think I've done this right. Just really neutral and natural colour. I really like how this feels. It's really smooth, but it doesn't move around. It doesn't move around too much. It's not like slippy or anything. This is lovely. Okay, so there's the lipstick. Again, the shade Bitch Perfect. The last little thing, I think I do need a little bit of blush. I wasn't really going to bother because I just wanted the bronze look, but I think this look needs a little something. So I'm going to use the Milani Baked Blush in the shade Luminoso. That's it called? Luminoso, yeah. I always feel like it's some sort of spell out of Harry Potter. So I'm just going to pop that on my cheeks. I love this blush because it's so cheap and it's just stunning, and it goes with so many different things. It's like a corally peachy colour, but it's gorgeous. Yeah, see, I think that looks much better. Okay, so I do want to pop some inner corner highlight on and maybe a little bit on my brow bone, and I don't have anything Charlotte Tilbury that's light enough to do that with. So I'm just going to use the Sleek highlighting palette. This is the Solstice one. This palette is really well loved by me. Anytime I've got inner corner highlight, it's this. 9 times out of 10, I love this palette. And they're so cheap and inexpensive. I'm just going to pop a tiny bit under my brow there. There we go. There we go. I think that looks 1,000 times better. Oh, actually, I'm going to pop a little bit there too. I'm going a little bit down my nose. There we go. Okay, so this is the finished look. I really like the eyes. I'm quite surprised. I did not think I would do the dark eyes and enjoy them, but I'm really feeling the eyes, so I might have just started a new thing for myself. Product wise, the foundation and powder, the Flawless Airbrush one, they are gorgeous together. They look really, really good, and they do exactly what they say they do. They look airbrush, like a soft focus, just, oh, they just look gorgeous. And I must say, as for the bronzer is a great deal in my opinion for the size of it. It is fantastic. And the eye palette, I've got to say, I actually thought the bronzer would be my favourite thing out of all of it, but no, the palette is definitely my favourite. It just, the formulation and the blendability, the pigmentation, it is all just 10 out of 10 for me. And I need to go and buy like the ones with the shimmers, because that's all matte, so I really want to try one with the shimmers. So if anyone has got one they love, let me know below what that is. So first impressions wise, love it all. The only thing I will say is the mascara. Give or take on that one. I want to see how, I'm going to see how I get on with it and see if it changes, but at the moment it's a no from me. I wouldn't repurchase it. I will use it, but I wouldn't go out and buy to buy it again. So, but yeah, thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you want to see more, because it really does help me out and it does mean the world. And please follow me on Instagram if you do not already, because I'm always on there. And again, I'd appreciate it. But come say hi, comment below, whatever. If you've got any videos you want me to do or anything you want me to test, please just let me know. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!